What's happening, my people? So, it's that time of the week. Let's get into it. Power Book 2, Ghost, Episode 9, Monster. So, what do we mean by monster? We're going to get into it. Man, every time I do these videos, I have like a little bit of anxiety. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of notes and stuff, man. How I'm going to get this through? But at the end of it, I end up like on a 20-minute rant. So, once I peel out and I start taking off, is smooth sailing. But let's talk about it. So the episode starts off. 2-Bit is still on his ass, man. Tariq still needs 50K. Needs 50K, man. And Davis still acting like a bitch, man. Tariq is like, no, if I miss a week, with that BI and stuff, well, we have a expert witness, and if you don't pay, I won't be able to do this witness and stuff. And so he's lying to Tariq, but he's like, yeah, I just gotta tell him what I need to tell him, man, for keep my money rolling and stuff. He's like, yeah. Like, Method Man, that's my dog and stuff, man, but like, he's just a hoe ass nigga on here. Zeke laid up with Carrie, and they pillow talking in Ish, man. She sees his bruises and all that. What happened in this and that? You can tell me. And he's telling all the business, man. Like yeah, and GTG in my family. And this nigga, shut up. They start investigating the GTG murder on campus. So they're like, what happened? Was this an accident? It doesn't look like an accident. Well, it couldn't have been any of our students. We don't have any gang activity on here. Well, I need to talk to some of the Brown students. So that's how it is. It actually is kind of like some Brown students on campus. These Tariq and them. But, yeah, and we get introduced to a new character, Laz Alonso. And like, I liked his character on The Boys and stuff, man. He been on all the black movies for a long time. But it's good to see Laz Alonso in here, man. Just see new characters and stuff. I like that. Now one of my favorite scenes on here is the classroom scene. I love those scenes on here. I always talk about that. That is my favorite scenes on the show, because it sets up the theme for the episode and stuff. And so they get into it about the Book of Frankenstein, and how the Book of Frankenstein, how it really talks about like racial issues in society. And it's not necessarily what you might think. Like Frankenstein, the monster, is he actually the monster, or a product of his circumstances, or how they designed him, or whatever. So they get into it, and it sets the blueprint, the theme for this episode, man. It's a very good discussion. Tariq and Lauren end up kind of butting heads in there and stuff, because he feel sensitive about his mother and stuff. Like, she's in jail. That doesn't mean that she's a monster. It doesn't mean that she did what she was accused of or whatever. So that was a good little scene. Sax, he on his fuck shit. He's trying to clear Tasha with Davis, but then he's trying to nail her to the cross because of the Democratic dude and stuff. So he's both ends of the fence, man. Like, he don't know what he do. So in this episode, he tries to get her for the burner phone. He gets him to raid the prison. He's like, well, the thinking is, if I catch her for a burner phone, she's still running the operation from prison. Right. But they end up covering their tracks. They have Lorenzo's man in the inside, and he lets her know, give me the phone. I'm the one that gave it to you. Like, give me the phone. And so she gets rid of the burner, so she doesn't get caught with it. So good right there. Carrie finds the connection with GTG and what happened on campus. Like, kinda, she's looking all at Zeke's family and looking at pictures and cross-examining. She finds out Lorenzo went to the penitentiary and he butted heads with GTG and this and that and that. So she finds out all kind of information. It's not good. Ignorance is bliss sometimes. You know too much. Like, just say Monet runs up on her or something and she's like, oh, I know Zeke doesn't have anything to do with GTG. Just keep him out of your business. Like, if she would say something like that, she dead. Like, so it's best for you to shut up. Try not to know things. If you know something, Monet gonna kill your monkey ass. Shut up, Karen. Shut up. Kane, Drew runs up on Kane and stuff like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This and that. Like, he kind of declares war on Monet. He like, yo, she want to do that and be with Choach and this and that. Like, I'm gonna run the streets. I'm gonna do this. And like, you either for me or you against me. And so that's what he tells Drew and stuff, man. Like, he's put his foot in the sand. Davis and Sachs, they found out about Epiphany, and then they start feeding her lines and stuff like what you gonna have to do, what you gonna have to say in the court. We know that you got caught with some dope, and we can make these charges go away. So they gonna try to turn her and feed into their narrative to help them. So there's some more bullshit that Tasha and Tariq gonna have to worry about. But Sachs, he backstabs every 2 seconds, man. Sachs is backstabbing somebody, man. And then Davis just a whole ass nigga too, man. So it's just like, Braylon kind of gets back in the fold. He goes back to the room to get his clothes and stuff, and Tariq is like, yo, man, where you been at and stuff. Like, I ain't messing with you. But Tariq entices him back in. He has the bricks. He has a bunch of bricks that Monet gave him, and he gonna have to move this. And he knows Braylon been wanting to move bricks and stuff. Like, he is enticed by that lifestyle. I wanna be Scarface or whatever. So he kind of gets him back in there, and he starts telling him a little bit of truths and whatever. So they're gonna need Effie for this venture, because Choach is hot right now. Are they in Choach? Or was that the first school? I don't know. But I don't know. But they're gonna need Effie for them to do their thing, because campus is hot. Carrie ends up talking to Zeke and stuff. Zeke, you're gonna have to tell them what you know, because back, like, basically roll over in snitch, pretty much. Like, that's some good advice, Carrie. Yeah, that's some good advice. His family, he got a family full of gangsters, and you want him to snitch. Okay, you're gonna have to tell him what you know in this net. He was playing ball at the time of the murder. How can anything be tied back to him? Why does he need to say anything? Of anything, he the one that needs to shut the fuck up. He was scoring 40. Like, anyways, Tasha slick though. Tasha slick. She knows that Paula is sleeping with Davis, and she tries to get the truth out of her. Like, she sees it written on her face and stuff. It's written all over your face. Da, da, da. I don't remember what that song was, old song, but she just looking. She like, I've been in that situation before. I've did this and that. My husband had me lying for him. He had his side piece lying for him. I know what's going on and this and that. And so she gets Paula to admit the truth, and she finds out a lot of things as well. So Tasha ain't square. She's smart, man. And basically, they find out what Sachs up to, and says he needs to throw Davis under the bus too. Like, what? I'm trying to what? I'm trying to find out what's going on in my notes. Oh, they found out what Sachs up to, and she Zeke tells Monet he got to distance himself. Yo, man, on campus and stuff, man. I got to get away from this, man. I could lose everything. Who you been talking to? You been talking to that bitch? Like, Monet knows something up. Like that bitch right there. That bitch right there. I know something up with her. And Diana, you heard anything about this? About this Carrie woman or whatever? Like she knows. Like Monet wasn't born yesterday and stuff. Like she knows. Tasha sends message by Paula that Tariq needs to take care of Epiphany the same way they took care of Slim. So basically, he needs to kill her. Like you already done murdered some people, and you gotta do this. But the thing is about the episode is monster. Or you that kind of monster? You that kind of monster? Or you a monster? Tariq is like fighting like, I'm not a monster. Are you a monster? And she's painting him up to be a monster. Like he's not like Ghost and Tommy and them, like at the drop of a dime. Like it didn't matter. Like Ghost would go in there and he just kill up everybody. Tommy is well. Like Tommy was a little more reckless with it. Ghost was a little slicker with it. But they would do that. Like Tariq still isn't necessarily that level yet. Like he have a few bodies to the resume, but it's just like he was avenging his sister's death and her sister's murder, and he felt he was protecting his mother and stuff from his father and this and that. And so he's not necessarily just like a hit man. You can just tell him, go take care of this body, and he do it. Like, So, Monet runs up on Carrie. She figures everything out. She in the office. Yo, you stay away from my family, and you do this. Look, I know about you. And you lose your job, you lose everything. Do we get that clear? Yes. Like, you knew better than to be fucking with great value Russell Westbrook. That's what I call him. Great value. That nigga look like a generic Russell Westbrook. I do not like Zeke. I don't like Zeke, man. So they got to get Effie back into the fold. They run up on her. She can move this dope up in Yale. They talking to her, and he's like, I'm not a monster, and she lets him know, yes you are. I'm a monster too. Whenever I turned you in back in the other school, I think that was Choach. Whenever I turned you in at Choach, I knew I was a monster because I did whatever I had to do for me to win, for me to eat, whatever. The sooner that you realize that and you come to terms with it, the better off you'll be. Embrace your monster. So Tariq is in a funny place in this episode. Like, should I be this monster? I don't want to be a monster. So that is a common theme of the episode. They play it out well in this episode, man. Like the monster theme. And he goes to Epiphany, and he got to kill her. But what ends up happening is instead of killing her, he finds out that Davis and Sax, he like, wait up, so Davis was here? Sax was here too? So he finds that out, and she's like, if I had the money, I would just run. So he takes the re-up money from Monet, and he just pays off. Instead of killing her, he pays off so she won't go to the trial. He saves his mother and himself pretty much in those terms by doing that. So it was a smart move, but then now he's going to be in crosshairs with Monet. So that right there, that fucks up the case for Davis and Sax. Now they're at odds. They're in the courtroom. They're like, Epiphany isn't here and stuff. I'm going to nail your ass. Look, this and that and that and that. So Davis goes to Paula, and he admits to it. He's like, yeah, I've been working with Sax, and we were gonna take Tariq down. He tells Paula that they had evidence that Tariq admitted to killing the father or whatever. So they get all that. They get all that information, man. And Paula, she's not with it. So she leaves Davis alone. She's like, man, look, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. You're a monster. So Davis is a monster. Saxe calls Tariq to the stand. That will be his next move. And I think that's where he's gonna mess up. Because you see him in the classroom and stuff, man. Tariq ain't no dummy. Tariq is not a dummy, man. So Kane, we go back to Kane, and his GTG homeboy goes in there with these braids and stuff. And he's like, he has this dope in the re-up. He like, wait up, that's Monet re-up. What you doing with this? You stealing my family shit? And I got that from the plug. So Kane puts 2 and 2 together. They gonna try to kill Monet. They done with Monet. So he kind of claimed war to them early on in the episode, but then is like, nah, man, I got to save my family. So he goes try to do the right thing. And Tariq goes to Monet. He feels that he deserves whatever coming to him. They talk about him going to the courtroom and going to testify. He's like, I'm not going to testify anything or whatever. Well, not necessarily at that point, but his mother had called him about something, and he's like, basically, you shouldn't even have to worry about that because I'm not going to be around. And basically, he was going on a suicide mission. So he starts remembering and just having a flashback of all the dirt he's done, all the people that he's hurt. And he's like, I deserve whatever comes my way. And at that moment, the plug starts shooting up the place. Monet was about to shoot him, but they was like, no, Tariq will come up with the money. He know what he did. But the plugs, they shoot up the spot. So Kane runs up in there. It was crazy because they was all on the ground. They all on the ground, safe from the bullets. Oh, bullets grazing, running over their head. Drew, I'm gonna go get the burner. He gets they get shot up. Like, why you ain't stayed your ass down? You thought you were going to get to the back and get a little burner and whatever, and you was gonna go outside the other end and kill the whole group. Well, in power, that happens. I've seen Kane do it. Stuff, it's been done before, but I think it was a dumbass move. Kane shows up late, but brings him to the hospital and stuff. But he's still not in good with Monet. Paula tells Tariq about the video. She's like, they're gonna try to pin this on you. You got to get yourself a lawyer. You got to get yourself a lawyer, man. It's about to be rough. We go back to the hospital. Monet tells Kane, look, you better run. You better run because basically I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I don't know why at this point, but that's what hey. So he feels the way to get back in their good graces is to kill the top moneymaker, like kill Tariq. If I kill Tariq, then I'm going to be useful again. So he goes tell that to the cop. And the cop is like, where Drew is down, I'm back important. So I'm not going to help you kill Tariq. So you better not do that. And he, out of a fit of anger, he kills the cop. That's one of the worst moves he could have did. The family already in trouble. That's the dude that always has covered their back. The dirty cop. Now who they have, like, is bad situation now. And if Monet finds that out, like, it's already bad for Kane. But then, we know what Kane gonna end up doing. He's gonna be trying to kill Tariq or whatever. He's been wanting to do that forever. So Reek gets Tamika to be his lawyer. And trusts her with his biggest truth. Or his biggest lie. He tells her, look, I killed my father. Because he was a monster. I know Tariq. Hey, out of all of them, hey, Tamika is the best lawyer on the show. Like, Tamika is a monster. So to get her back on the case, hey, but he's like, I'm gonna admit to it. I'm gonna admit to it. My mother is not going to go down for. She's not gonna allow that. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna find out about like homegirl, his niece and whatever. She drugged him. So those truths and stuff, it wasn't necessarily like the right truths. It was under false pretenses. Like he was drugged that night. In some way, maybe they can get her on the witness stand. Or what they might do is they going to present Ghost as such a monster that he had to do it out of self-defense for his mother or something. But Tariq isn't gonna go down. I think Tasha is going to be cleared some kind of way. Sax and them might go down. Sax and Davis might go down. I think it's not gonna work out the way they planned it. I think some kind of way Tasha and Tariq will be at the top, and Davis and them, they're gonna take the brunt of the blow. So I think that's gonna happen. And then the Democratic Party and all this and that, like this, I don't know. Shit, Ghost might come up in the courtroom and be like, my son, he didn't kill me. It was a blank. I knew what was gonna. You never know, man. But this was a good episode. This is a good episode. Sorry for the kind of rough patches in the middle or something. I'm freestyling pretty much. Like I write like a little like highlight note, and then I try to like just go off of that. But that's the way these things go. Like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest of the most hated, man. I know these things be long, but yeah. Peace.